Welcome to your PwC Connections, a monthly look at Fayetteville's hometown utility, the Public Works Commission of the City of Fayetteville. I'm your host, Wendy Riddle. Do you know where the right-of-way lies? And what about an easement? Do you have one on your property? Many people are in the dark when it comes to the strips of land that may surround their property. Today in Inside PwC, we'll learn all about your right-of-way, easements, and ways in which they can impact your property. Next, PwC offers a number of incentive programs. The programs not only help customers save money, but they also improve efficiency and conserve our natural resources. It's no wonder they've been so successful. Learn more about these programs and find out if they're right for you in today's Conservation Corner. Then, know what's below. April is Safe Digging Month. In today's Spotlight on Safety, find out why it's important to call NC 811, a free service, before you roll up your sleeves and dive into the dirt. Whether you're planning a home improvement project, big or small, planting a tree or installing a fence, safe digging and smart digging means calling NC 811 first. And the Fayetteville Area Habitat for Humanity has gone green. What's old becomes new again when this wonderful organization takes donated items and uses them in their renovation, repair, and home building projects. Learn how you can help in the green way. All that and Gabby too, so stay tuned.
Easement is a non-possessory right to use a person's property or a section of a person's property for specific use or purpose. Easements could be occupied by multiple utilities. PwC, we are water, sanitary sewer, and electric, but there may also be utilities within that same easement owned by the cable company or the telephone company or the gas company. PwC has the right to enter their right-of-way or easement, and the purpose for that is to be able to inspect and repair the utilities that we install. Our easements follow property lines, or typically along the rear property line or side or along the roadway. A right-of-way is different from an easement, although they're often used interchangeably. A right-of-way is referred to more as a corridor, such as a road right-of-way or a railroad right-of-way. It's very important to keep the right-of-ways clear to PwC because our service crews have to get to those utilities to do repairs, oftentimes emergency repairs, and oftentimes in weather conditions that are very detrimental. We are also mandated by the state to keep our right-of-ways clear and our sewer lines and manholes accessible and the power lines and utility poles accessible so that we can repair those in a quick manner in a time that there's a major outage or a storm event. Physically on the ground, it's often difficult to determine where the right-of-way ends and where your actually property line begins. Typically along the roadways, the telephone boxes and the cabinets that are on the corners usually, that's usually the line site. If you can see yours and then the next box in line and the next box in line, that's typically the edge of the right-of-way. Utility poles are typically set right on the right-of-way or a foot inside, and our utility cabinets are often set 1 foot outside the right-of-way so that we don't obstruct the road right-of-way itself. It's actually very important for property owners to know where easements lie on their property or cross, because permanent structures are not allowed within a utility easement. And if someone wants to build an addition to their home, install a pool, a deck, or porch, they want to be sure that they're not encroaching within the easement. If PwC discovers an obstruction to our easement, then we will notify that property owner and advise them that the structure needs to be removed and try to make arrangements for that to assist them in that area. It's actually the responsibility of the homeowner to remove the obstruction, but PwC will work with the homeowner in removing that obstruction. If we have to go in and do repairs to our utilities, residential fencing that we may have to take down, we would install back, but any permanent structure we would not place back into the easement. Residential fencing is typically not a problem for us, but fencing with the wrought iron, with the brick gate, the brick columns, those types of things can be problematic. Trees, flowers, and shrubs, we do not replace those. We do repair the lawn area if there's an established lawn, and we do clean up any debris that we may leave behind. We get numerous calls from PwC directly to our right-of-way department to inquire if there are easements on a person's property, and we would be happy to do our research, and if we have an easement that we can find record of, then we will advise the owner. The overhead utilities is important as well to know that there's easements for power lines. If you front a road or a street, then you do have a right-of-way across your front yard. It may be even if it's a private street. So there's a right-of-way for the street. The utility right-of-ways is unknown. Oftentimes when the property is, the developer develops an area, they'll reserve easements along the side yard or the rear yard, sometimes even the front yard, for utilities, because every development needs utilities, and so there has to be room set aside for those utilities to be installed. In the property that I own, you have the street in the back of the curb, but the right-of-way for that street extends actually beyond the pavement, typically another 8 to 10 feet. It can vary. So even though I maintain that property, I have grass and I cut, and I keep it maintained, it really is actually a part of the street or road right-of-way. And the same with easements. There may be an easement on my property along the side yard or rear yard, and I do continue to maintain that easement, although the utility company has the right to come in and occupy that to do repairs and or inspections. It's important for the property owner to understand that the reason PwC has easements, and it's important to keep the trees and obstructions out of our utility easements, is really for their benefit, because PwC is very proactive in maintaining our utilities so that we don't have major outages, or we can keep repairs to a minimum and continue service to our customers who are very important to PwC.
PwC is currently running several programs for the electric residential customer. The refrigerator incentive program has been running since December the 1st, and that will expire on May the 15th. That incentive involves replacing your old inefficient refrigerator for an Energy Star labeled refrigerator that is 14 cubic feet or larger. The incentive is $50 with proper documentation, and part of the program is also recycling your old refrigerator. All of those details can be found on our website. The high efficiency toilet program was run last year, and it was very popular with the PwC customer. In fact, so popular that we've decided to add it as a permanent part of our offering, our program incentive offering. So that program is in force effective March 1, and it will run indefinitely until further notice. The program incentive has changed a little bit. The current incentive is 25% of the total retail price of the toilet, which does not include tax and any other charges and installation charges. There is a maximum of 3 incentives per household, and each incentive is maxed at $75 per incentive. So that would be a maximum if you replace 3 toilets in your home and took advantage of this opportunity or this incentive. The maximum amount of incentives that you could earn would be $225. The Home Efficiency Audit Program was also run last year, and we've decided to continue that program until further notice. It involves an energy efficiency audit of your home by calling one of our conservationists, whose numbers can be found on our website. We did tweak the program a little bit. Initially, it was for the all-electric home, but we have edited it or tweaked it to add a home that may use some form of gas. The difference is, of course, the audit fee is reduced to $40 for a home that uses some form of gas as opposed to $75 for an all-electric home. Now, if your home does use gas and you're paying the $40 fee, we will not be able to perform 2 technical tests that we would do in an all-electric home. But other than that, the reporting process, the visit from the conservationist, all of that remains the same. The only difference is the cost of the audit, and whether you have an all-electric home or a gas home, it will make a difference in the testing that we do. As you know, we live in the Sand Hills area, and the summers can be very brutal around here. So when summer comes and people start turning on their air conditioning, it takes a lot of stress on your HVAC unit, and also puts a tremendous demand on the Pwc infrastructure. So we are offering at this time, until further notice, an opportunity for you to replace your old inefficient HVAC system with a new Energy Star labeled HVAC system. It must be 14.5 SEER or higher, the replacement unit. It must be installed by a licensed contractor. And also, if you do a full duct replacement at the same time that you replace the HVAC unit, you will also earn an additional incentive of $200 for the full duct replacement. So if you get the HVAC system, a new HVAC system, and replace your ducts at the same time, a full duct replacement, the total incentive is $500. And of course, you'll be saving money on your energy bill because your HVAC system will be more efficient and will lower your energy costs. Also, when you do get a replacement, it's a great idea to also install a programmable thermostat as part of your HVAC system, and that will allow you to preset your temperatures during certain times of the day to operate more efficiently, and also it will allow you, for example, if you're at work and you don't want your home to be a certain temperature while you're away, it'll automatically adjust that temperature to whatever it is that you set during certain times of the day. The customer programs that we have run and the ones that we are currently running have been very successful, and the response from the public and the Pwc customer has been very overwhelming. In fact, with the high efficiency toilet program, we replaced over 700 toilets in our service area. Pwc offered over $70,000 in incentives to our customers, and also contributed over $80,000 to the local economy by purchasing toilets in local retailers, giving that type of installation work to local plumbers. So all of that entire program contributed considerably to our local economy and to our customer base. We also list the local licensed plumbers and the local licensed contractors on the Pwc website. Now, we don't endorse or promote any one business. We offer it as a service to our customers if they are looking for a licensed plumber or contractor. So if you check our website frequently, we're continually adding new programs. Additionally, if you follow us on Facebook, on occasion we'll tell you about some incentive programs that we're offering that'll be on Facebook. Check your bill inserts. If you really don't see anything or you still have questions, you can contact us at customer.programs@pwc.com and we will answer you immediately.
North Carolina 811 is a nonprofit organization that was established by the utility owners to facilitate communication between anybody who's doing any kind of excavation and the utility owners who have underground facilities. So our prime mission is to facilitate that communication either through a phone call where folks call us and say that they're going to do some excavating, or through online through our remote ticket entry program. We actually have on our website at nc811.org a list of all the different things that we ask them to be prepared to answer when they come in. But essentially we're looking for the address of the location that they're going to be doing the work, the nearest cross street to the main street that they might be on, especially if they're in a rural area, the distance from that street. If the area can't be easily described that they're going to work in, for example, let's say they're doing a small thing like maybe putting in a sign, we ask that they would go and white line the area with white paint or flags so that when the folks come out, they'll be able to see exactly where it is they're going to be doing the work, and then they can mark around that. The type of work they're going to be doing, if they're going to be doing any boring, meaning drilling under the ground in a horizontal fashion, if they're going to be doing any blasting or explosives, we need to know the time that they're planning to dig. And we take all that information in and their contact information, preferably also an email address, because then we allow them to be able to go and check the status of their ticket online through a positive response system. For professional excavators, they can go online and get training to be able to create their one-call tickets online through what we call RTE, or remote ticket entry. And basically it's a great service for them because it allows them to create the tickets at any time. They get to use the same maps that we have in place for that the CSRs use when they take a phone call. And they also then get a copy at the end of that process of the ticket to have on hand in that. And for the majority of people who are homeowners, that's why the 811 system was put into place with those 3 digits. It's a national program, so it works in any state. If they just dial 811 on their phone, it takes them to us, and we walk them through any project. We ask that they're going to be, if they're going to be digging, whether it be a mailbox, a tree, a fence, any type of work where they're going to be disturbing the earth, we ask that they give us a call. It's free, it doesn't cost them anything, and the marking doesn't cost them anything. The utility owners are the ones who will come out and mark that facility. All the utilities, whether it be the gas company, the electric company, the telecommunications company, or yourselves, water authorities and that have facilities, they register where those facilities are with our organization. So when the homeowner, for example, calls in and they give the address, our system says PwC has some facilities that might be in conflict. So you guys have provided us the contact information, which we then submit the ticket to you to say, Joe Smith is going to excavate at this time in this location. And then at that point, they go out and they use what they call a locator device, which they will walk over the ground to try to detect where the location is. They'll induce a signal on a metal strip in the ground or on the line or the wire. And then they walk almost like a metal detector. They'll walk over until they get the signal, and then they'll apply paint over the top of where that facility is to let the excavator know there's a line there. Basically, we follow a national standard for color codes. White is only to be designated for proposed excavation, and that's the only color that anyone should use as an excavator to identify where it is that they're going to be digging. And the reason we emphasize that is because there are some folks who have used other colors, and that can be confusing because the colors have a very clear reason for being. Red is electric power. Yellow is going to be gas, oil, steam, petroleum, or some other kind of gaseous material. Orange is all your telecommunications, so any cable, any telephone lines, those will all be marked in orange. Blue is potable water. Purple is reclaimed water or slurry lines. and green is sewers and drain lines. So there's a tremendous amount of underground facilities in the ground. Most people have no idea where they are. To hit an electric line, you could take out power to a large area, you could injure yourself, you could damage the property. Gas, a whole other situation with gas. You can create a situation where you hit the line and cause the gas to release, potentially ignite. That's a problem. For communication lines, a lot of people don't understand how many people run businesses out of their home, and fiber that goes through a neighborhood that could take out several businesses, or large-scale 911 activity for someone who might need to make an emergency call. So you want to leave it up to the utilities to be able to tell you, come out, actually physically be able to show you where those are. That's why it's so critical that people call. And it doesn't matter if it's a professional excavator using a bobcat or a large piece of equipment to dig, or somebody using a post hole digger to put in a mailbox. So we ask that any excavation give us a minimum of 2 full business days before they're going to dig, and a maximum of 10 full business days. So we say that if somebody is digging and they've done their due diligence and the marks are there, but they do hit a line or come into contact, we ask that they contact that utility directly. They can notify us if they've hit a line, and we will make a notification for them, but particularly if it's a situation where it's a power line or a gas line, we ask that they call 911. So we'll ask that they get to a safe distance, especially if it's a gas-related situation, because you don't want to introduce anything that could be an ignition source to an escaping gas. But if you want to get to a safe distance, and call 911 if you expect that there's any danger or health to anyone around the area or yourself. Some years ago, when 811 became a national number, they also established April as a national safe digging month, and so it's recognized across the country. Different states do different things to recognize the month. In the state of North Carolina, we have a governor's proclamation that announces it as Safe Digging Month, and you'll see different types of activities around that emphasize the importance of calling 811. It's a very good month because it's leading into a lot of work that people are going to be doing in the springtime, so it's a perfectly placed opportunity for us to educate about digging safely.
Fayetteville Area Habitat for Humanity is a Christian housing ministry that seeks to eliminate poverty housing in Cumberland County. We don't build for anyone, we build with everyone. And we're happy to say that our existing homeowners and any future homeowners actually put in up to 500 hours of sweat equity into building their own home. The Fayetteville Area Habitat for Humanity has a great green resource. Our new restore that was opened in October of 2013 is a great depot for excess furniture, excess building supplies. We'll take appliances and anything that's in working order that we can then sell and use the proceeds to build more Habitat for Humanity homes. The Fayetteville Area Habitat for Humanity Restore that opened in October of 2013 is a Habitat for Humanity Restore. It is a trademark name, and all of the proceeds go directly to Habitat for Humanity. Other restores in North Carolina and some actually in Fayetteville, some fund other organizations and nonprofit ministries, but the Restore name is actually a Habitat for Humanity name, and there are over 60 stores in North Carolina. The Restore actually accepts donations from builders. We take building supplies and we take appliances. If, say, anyone is remodeling their kitchen or their bathroom, we'd be happy to take old kitchen cabinets and sinks and old bathtubs and things like that. So it's a great way to give to Habitat for Humanity indirectly because the proceeds are going back to the construction of Habitat homes, and it frees up space in landfills. The Restore is happy to do free pickup for large items if one wants to donate a large appliance like a refrigerator or building supplies from remodeling a kitchen or a bathroom. If you call 910-920-4657, we'd be happy to schedule a pickup for you and come right to your home. The Restore is located at 3833 Bragg Boulevard on the corner of Bragg and Bargain Street. So if you have the means, if you have a big truck or you have some small donations, you can stop by our restore. It's open Wednesday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Come in and make your donations and even purchase some of the goods that we have in stock. So we have a great inventory of things that are a great resource for a lot of families, Habitat families, for families who are PCSing or have just moved to Fayetteville. So it's actually a fun place to find some Pinterest projects, DIY things, and just a great place to donate your excess wares. Once donations are made, the Restore staff is happy to give the donor a tax-deductible receipt for their donation. Habitat for Humanity is happy to accept anyone who's willing to give their time to volunteer. We have a Brush with Kindness projects where volunteers go out to our existing Habitat homes and help the homeowners with maintenance on the exterior of their home. We can't do things inside, but Habitat volunteers actually help with landscaping, painting, anything that the homeowner would need. A lot of our homeowners are elderly or just don't have the means to get out and do some of these maintenance projects themselves. So a part of Habitat for Humanity and our mission is to help the homeowner maintain the integrity of their home and keep the property value up. And that's where we need the help of volunteers to come out with us and help with construction, help at the Restore, help with a Brush with Kindness, and any kind of administrative work that we have available at the office. So we're happy to accept volunteers at any time, and they can just call us at 910-483-0952 and visit our website at FayettelleNCHabitat.org.
Doctor? Yeah, I don't understand what's happening. I mean, I've got red spots appearing before my eyes. It's like I'm seeing my whole life flash. Wait a minute. Oh, excuse me. No, this is Doris, not Gabby. I've got the wrong glasses on. Oh, hi. It's you. So glad to see you. And, that was nothing. By the way, it's that time again. That time that will open up all those millions of letters that come into us every single month. I'm Dear Gabby, but of course you knew that. Let's pick one at random. Here's one now. Dear Gabby, I'm out of town a lot and can't be always home to get my mail. I get a lot of bills by email. I would like to get my PwC bill electronically too. Does PwC send bills out that way? Faye. Dear Faye, yes, PwC does send out bills that way. E-bill is the newest way to pay your PwC bill. If you sign up for e-bill, you'll receive your monthly bill by email. It'll look just like the one you get in the mail. You just can't fold it, but you can click to view it. Best part of e-bill is if you like to pay online, you can do so using your checking account information with no convenience fee. Of course, no matter how you pay your bill, you always have the option to receive your bill by email. If you're interested in signing up, it's as quick as a click. Just visit PwC online and you'll be signed up in no time. You keep those cards and letters coming. And tune in again for your PwC connections. And remember, you can always catch your favorite show on the PwC website, FAYPWC.com. Until next time, I'm Gabby. More power to ya.